Trades right here in ET now, and along expected lines, the pre-indicative rate for JSW Infra is indicating that 20% premium to the issue price. We are awaiting to hear more from Mr. Jindal, and then, of course, the listing as well. But in the meantime, let's welcome on board. We have with us Rajesh Sharma, MD and CEO at Capri Global Capital, joining in on the show right now. Rajesh, hi, good morning. Good to have you on the show. As I can see, your AUMs have grown a solid 61% in the first quarter as well. Has this momentum continued into Q2 too?
Oh yes, Q2 is always a better half for all the lending institutions and BFC housing finance companies. So I think our Q2 is also going to be good, and beyond that, if you talk about second half, I think that is going to be even better. The demand is good, and on the back of our expansion of branches, this year we added about, last 1 year we added about 700 branches. So I think on the back of that, we are looking for a very good growth numbers.
So, given your vision to triple the AUMs in the next 5 years and the kind of growth that you're currently seeing, are you going to only up this target, or do you think you'll be able to achieve, the targeted numbers before even 5 years?
I think at the moment, let us keep the what target we have set. Of course, we will try to deliver better than what we have said. And the way the Indian economy is looking, I think we are quite excited about the growth and kind of opportunity lies ahead. I think Indian economy in MSME segment, affordable housing, gold loan offer the massive opportunity looking at the overall demand we are seeing in tier 2, tier 3 town. So we are quite optimistic, and back of that, we have expanded so rapidly. We intend to add another 150 branches in the next 6 to 9 months. So expansion is continuing.
Right. What segments do you think that are going to actually lead to the growth numbers and the kind of robustness that you are seeing across the board?
So as far as Capri is concerned, we are into MSME, affordable housing, gold loan, and developer financing. 80% book represent the retail segment, where the ticket size in MSME is about 17 lakhs, home loan is about less than 15 lakh, gold loan is about 1 lakh rupees. I think these are the three segments where we are catering the same kind of customers who are not catered by the banking system because of the informal their paperwork, and plus the very high cost of delivery of the credit by the and the very multi-layer credit processes. So I think that is where we have built our expertise, understanding the local market, devising the underwriting policies for each regional market separately. And out of that niche, I think we are going to grow. We see a massive opportunity in these segments where banks are not catering to.
All right, we got a new listing. Mr. Sharma, just stay with us. We'll just come back to you. But back with Mr. Rajesh Sharma of Capri Global. Mr. Sharma, if I look at data, which is about two-wheeler sales, what is happening to the rural economy, impact of monsoon, the agrarian economy and the rural economy is under stress. But if I look at the books and the retail credit growth, what Capri has reported, what banks are reporting, what other NBFCs are reporting, there is a solid growth. So one side there is a slowdown, and on the other side, banks are reporting solid expansion in the retail book. How are these both coexisting?
So what we see clearly on the ground when we are opening the branches, we are able to see clear traction demand of the loan, and also not on the loan, we are also seeing the good collection efficiency. So we are clearly see the businesses we are lending are able to generate enough cash which are serviceable. And I think if you look at the overall market segment of MSME, home loan, and other aspects, there is a still large amount of gap exists. Still, there is an informal lending happening through the pawnbrokers, or they do not get the sufficient money. So look at that side, we clearly see there is a massive opportunity still to bring them in a formalized lending system and to continue to help them to grow. So as far as these segments are concerned, I clearly see that even there are more players are required, there is a huge gap exists. If you talk about other aspect, I do not know the reason of the slowdown. But on the segment where day in, day out we operate, we clearly see that from 750 branches, even though we increased to 1500 branches, there is enough business to do. And when we look at the data given by the CRISIL, by the other credit bureaus as well, we clearly see that yes, segment to segment, there are growth opportunity. MSME talk about the mortgage-backed serviceable MSME segment exists to about 22 trillion rupees, and there's a huge gap exists still. If you talk about the home loan, affordable home loan segment, uh, even the 2 to 3% more penetration is going to give a rise of a massive opportunity in the affordable housing segment. Now, only challenge currently we are facing and everybody is facing the rising interest cost and rising cost of doing business. If somebody is able to handle that with the technology, with the process improvement, I think next 5 to 10 years, all of us have a big runway to cater to these segments.
So considering that you've expanded in home loan, are there any other verticals you would be tempted to add?
At some point of time, we might go in digital lending through partnership initially in weekend device, but at the next 1.5 year, we are going to focus only on the expanding the gold loan. Back of it, how to cross-sell our MSME home loan through those branches as well, and see that once we acquired a 500,000 customer, which is currently about 300,000 customer, a mass is developed where we can do a lot of cross-selling. We also started cross-selling them the insurance and the car loan product. And we clearly see that this year, our car loan distribution alone will get us about 250 crore rupees of top line and about profitability about 70 to 100 crore. So these are the products we are adding along with our lending product. We are also adding the distribution product. Where purely fee income we are able to get on the back of our customer base.
And wanted to understand a little bit more about your financial metrics. When do you think the 500 crore PAT mark will be hit?
We clearly see this year, looking at, we should be around 350 crore rupees PAT. And next year, since all the gold loan branches we opened, we complete more than that 12 to 15 months and they'll start contributing. So next year, we should be somewhere around 450 to 475. And we'll try to achieve the 500 crore in the 24-25. But definitely 25-26, we will definitely cross the 500 crore PAT.
What about the outlook on your cost of borrowings? Because that has steadily increased for you. And what's the expectation going down the line, given that the higher rates could persist? How are you looking at the cost of borrowings and your net interest margins?
So cost of borrowing definitely last 1 year consistently have grown, and that has shrunk our margin to some extent for the old lending what we have done. As far as the new lending, which we are currently we are able to pass on the rate of interest to them because we increased our reference rate of long-term lending rates. So I clearly see that maybe next 3 to 6 months there should be now rates should start softening. Even though that doesn't happen, so far demand is not affecting these increased rate of interest. That doesn't worry us.
Rajesh, great to have you on the show. Thanks for taking the time out and joining in once again. JSW Infra, that's the buzzer of the day.